Welcome back to Liberty Tree Gaming. We are at the charcoal burners camp outside of Kuttenberg, where we met Stanya, who was hiding from the killer in the Fifth Commandment. We're going to go and let her know that the killer has been brought to justice, and then we'll continue on with the main, or with the next quest, which I think is going to be the begin the DLC quest, the painter DLC. In the last episode, we participated in the Kuttenberg tournament and won all three sections of it. That happens like over in here, up in here. We still have a quest giver there. I think that's Minhard. We need to talk to him at some point, see what he has to say, but obviously we have tons of quests to do still. So, but I want to get to that DLC quest because if from the previews, it looks like it's pretty cool and we'll get to have some fun with that. So yeah, let's go talk to Stanya and let her know that the killer's been brought to justice and see if she has any, or she ought to at least feel safer. She's been hiding in this house the whole time. So it'd be good to let her know that she can come out and get back to a normal life. Still over here. Let's see here. You're just a charcoal burner. Not the foreman, not the foreman.
Sucker, it curdled a bit.
Good news, lady.
Greetings. Do you need something?
Stanya, I have good news for you. We caught the murderer.
What? Really? Who was it?
It was the von Groller's servant. He was ordered to do so by the young lord's mother.
What kind of nonsense is that? I don't even know her.
That doesn't matter. She thought you were consorting with her son and decided to kill you.
But I hardly even talked to him. But thank you. Now maybe I'll feel better. I won't wake up at night thinking I hurt someone. I won't feel those fingers around my neck.
Okay. Well, that's what we came here for, to help her feel better. Get about her life and not have to live in fear.
Even better.
There's so much in this game to do, like so much. But let's go get on Pebbles and head over to the Trosky region from the intro splash screen that popped up. It said that it begins there, so we'll have to head over to the what's it called, the transport to Trosky region waypoint. Hope everyone's having a good day. I'm a little under the weather, got a bit of a sore throat. I'm just gonna avoid these. I want to get on with the main quest here. This is a long, long way. Oh yeah, also in the last episode, I noticed that, well, obviously, if you watched, at the end of the tournament, I got a perk, and I didn't notice it. I couldn't find it in the perks menu. Apparently that's because I'm blind, and it was obviously right in front of me in the warfare section. Weapon master right here. It says your tournament efforts are starting to bear fruit. If you face an opponent with the same type of weapon as you, you gain a +3 bonus on that weapon's skill. For example, if you have a short sword and your opponent has a long sword or a sword and shield, this perk will not take effect. That's a contra example. So, yeah, so that's what we got, and that's awesome. So, another one of those hidden perks that just show up when you do stuff. All right, are you the guy? You're the guy.
Good day to you. What would you like?
Let's go.
I want to go to the Trosky region.
You've picked quite a journey. But if you have the coin,
Yeah, I have the coin.
Here
Let's
you
go.
are. All right. Wait. All right. We're ready. We can go.
Let's get going.
Have you been staring at me this whole time, lady? Let's go.
Right then. You'll have to walk from here on. God be with you.
All right. Take care.
Pebbles. Where? This is annoying. Every time you change regions, it makes your horse lose all of its clothes. Or gear, not clothes. I guess horses don't really wear clothes. So a comparison might actually be considered like clothes. Alright, back in Trosky again. And should have a quest giver somewhere. Okay, yeah, it's up here. Brushes with death. They don't look too friendly. We're going to continue on our way. Okay, my nourishment's still good, so we can just head straight on out.
Ah!
This is at the busted up shack that's up here. I think it is. All right, let's do a save and then we will go and start this thing. I hear somebody talking. Somebody said what a fool I was to play with him at all. Oh, here we go. Found it.
Tried everything, you know. It's hopeless. For God's sake, can't you be quiet even for a moment? I never gave up. I just wanted to get out of here. Don't you play games with me. You can count yourself lucky I'm tied up.
Which
Stroke of luck. You turned up just at the right moment, lad.
What are you doing here?
Well, nothing much. I was standing around when someone decided to tie a tree to me. It's awful.
tie a tree
Jesus
to
Christ be
me.
praised.
Forever and ever?
Would you be so kind?
Sure. Why not?
Oh,
It's lucky you happened to pass by when you did, lad. I hate to think what beasts might be lurking in that forest. I'm, watching your back, friend. You can count on that. Hang there high.
It hurts.
that wolf got up. just to lay down. Hold up, I gotta get some wolf ears. Alright. Let me do something real quick. I cleaned out some inventory space and I put away the Brunswick dagger for this one because it was a little bit lighter. Not that it makes a huge difference, but it's enough of a difference that I want to use it.
It's not easy to talk with my hands bound. Could you please untie me?
Sure.
Hey, I'm still tied up. Oh, thank you, lad. I'd like to embrace you now that I finally can.
That's all right.
What do they call you?
Henry of Scalitz. And you are...
Magister Voiticus ex Aridus. A pleasure to meet you, Henry.
That what your friends call you, or your given name?
You've got a pretty strange name, I'll tell you that.
It's Latin, but you can call me Voyta if you like. It's not really my name, but what does it matter?
What were you doing with that skull? Was it my imagination, or were you talking to it?
Well, sometimes I just do that to sort out my thoughts. Better than talking to myself, don't you think?
There might be something to that. Just recently, I was talking to a ram.
True story.
I hope you were only talking.
What are you suggesting, sir?
Where did you actually get that skull?
Let's say it's my personal muse. It notices things I can't see and tells me about them so I can paint them. I'm a painter, you see? And apart from a few unpleasant moments lately, I spend most of my time over there at the castle.
And you were looking for inspiration by the tree, or what?
Of course not. I ended up there partly because of my own curiosity, and partly, because of the rash nature of others.
Okay.
Do you always talk this vaguely?
Only when I'm trying to look imposing. You know, with my hands tied behind my back, I didn't make the best first impression, and I'd like to make up for it.
Believe it or not, I've had even stranger encounters.
Really? Then you have to tell me about them, but preferably another time and place.
So what is your name then? Voyta, or that Voity something?
Voyta.
Well, that depends on who I'm talking to and where. But for you, I'm simply Voyta. Nothing else is worth mentioning, or appropriate to say.
So what happened here?
Right. So what exactly happened to you? And try to make it clear.
They nearly shot me, then beat me up, and finally tied me to a tree. That's what happened.
You don't look very beat up.
You know what? Tell me the whole story nicely from the beginning.
Actually, this whole day got off to a bad start. I went for a walk to Slatigo. The scenery there is lovely, and I needed to clear my head a bit. But imagine, an arrow almost hit me. These two fellows had set up an archery range among the trees, but they somehow failed to notice they were next to the road. By way of apology, they invited me over, gave me a bit of wine to calm my nerves, and one of them offered to play dice. But he seemed to win suspiciously often, if you get what I mean. I noticed he was secretly turning the dice, and naturally, I got angry. But instead of apologizing, he started shouting at me, and his mate whacked me over the head with a stick. And then I woke up here.
Where exactly did all this happen?
Like I said, at the crossroads north of Slatigo. Those two had set up camp among the trees, right next to the path.
If that was the camp we didn't stop at.
Oh, you're pretty lucky you survived at all.
Luck had nothing to do with it. It's all thanks to you, my friend.
Don't mention it. I was happy to help you.
Really? Then maybe you could help me one more time. It certainly wouldn't be for free.
And what exactly am I supposed to help you with?
Leaving me here for the wolves apparently wasn't enough for those two. They robbed me as well. Just look around.
Can you even tell if something's missing in this mess?
Yes, my dice, and especially my set of brushes. I could live without the dice, but I can't paint with chicken feathers.
I mean, why would I even care about that? I'll go get them.
All right. I'll make damn sure those two give everything back.
Thank you so much. But if I may ask, try to persuade them by words, not by the sword.
Don't worry. I'm no bandit or a killer.
Then I was damned lucky that it was you who turned up. There are plenty of killers around these parts.
All right, then. I'll go and look around for your thieves.
Thank you. I'll head back to the castle for now and think of a way to repay you for all of this. You'll find me in the loft, in the tower called the Crone. But first, I'll tidy up here a bit, and most importantly, finally have a sit-down. You know, I was standing tied to that tree for quite a while, and these legs of mine aren't the youngest anymore.
Poppy seed colac. Okay. Just some standard stuff there. And what does our nifty journal say about this whole thing? Sketchy situation. I encountered an older fellow tied to a tree at the edge of the forest where he was being threatened by wolves. I decided to help him since I wanted to find out how he ended up in such an unfortunate situation. I freed the bound stranger, and he introduced himself as Voyticus ex Aretus, although he told me I could simply call him Voyta. He's a painter who has a commission at Trosky. He was tied to the tree by two vagabonds after they cheated him at dice, and on top of that, they robbed him too. The painter Voyta asked me to retrieve his set of brushes from the two vagrants in the woods north of Sligo. Without them, he can't work. Apart from the brushes, Voyta also lost his dice. He'd surely be pleased if I could get those back too. So where do we go for this one? Let's see, zoom out. Oh. This one. There it is. Okay. Yeah, that probably actually was the place where we just were. Come on, Pebbles, let's go. We've got dice to rescue.
Go! Quick!
Alright, should be inside this little fork here. Oh, look at this. Poppin' J. Is that right? Is that what it is? So it does check out. They do have an archery place set up right next to the road. Hello.
Who are you then?
Clovis? They call me Four-Leaf Clovis on account of my luck. Why do you ask?
Who is this mate of yours?
That's Yura, but folk call him Hawkeye.
Ah, right. Because he's good with a bow, eh?
Exactly. Try a hand against him if you want, but you'll likely walk away a few groschen lighter.
How do you know
How
Yura?
do you and Yura know each other?
I play dice, he shoots arrows, so we stick together. Every village has someone who tries their luck against us, but most of them leave a few groschen poorer. So, unless you're planning on losing some coin too, don't hang around here too long.
Okay. Oh, can I talk to his crony? Where'd he go? He's standing literally right in front of me.
Here, Mutt.
What are you doing here?
Right here? Oh, me and Clovis have a sort of temporary home here. I'm Yura. Yura Hawkeye.
No, you're a Hawkeye.
Henry of Skalitz.
Hey, Henry, have you ever tried popinjay shooting? If you've got your own bow and a few groschen, we can start any time.
Is it just me? Or do you not seem too fond of that nickname?
Not really. Four-Leaf came up with his and insisted I needed one too. Well, so I'm Hawkeye. Not the greatest, right? But I never thought up nothing better, so I'm stuck with it.
I'm sorry, but I get this stuck in my head. I like Minecraft. I've played Minecraft for years, and I would like the Hermitcraft series on YouTube. And there's a hermit crafter named Good Times with Scar. And he's got this whole Hawkeye persona that he goes into. So I just keep hearing Scar in my head saying, Hawkeye!
How about Yura Falcon? It's shorter and fitting.
Oh, every half-blind fool calls himself Falcon. I'd rather stick with Hawkeye.
Shall we measure our archery skills?
With pleasure. Got something to wager?
Ooh. Wow, 100.
I'll check if I have enough coin. All right, here you go. Let's do this.
Attention! Let 'em fly!
Gosh, I hope I didn't hit anybody.
Like he almost hit the other guy. Oh, no, I missed.
And we're home free!
Missed again.
Watch and learn. Yes! Straight into...
The next county. All right, Hawkeye.
Them arrows are flying all... Damn it, fella. Are you a huntsman by any chance? Or a poacher?
Neither. But I have done a fair bit of shooting in my life. That's true.
And it shows. Here you go. A well-deserved win.
All right, Clovis. I don't know, Shep. Let's do this. Let's just go ahead and tell him that the painter sent us.
Do you remember the painter, Voyta? I'm here for his things.
What? I don't know no Voyta, let alone no painter.
Really? I found him tied to a tree under Trosky. He said you took his brushes. And some dice?
That's a nice story, but I'm telling you, I ain't got no idea what you're talking about.
If I were you, I'd remember quickly. Right now, Voyta is willing to let it slide. But if I come back empty-handed, he might want to handle it the hard way.
The trees
All
in
right,
the background look
all right.
miserably bad.
Clearly that blow to the head wasn't enough of a warning for him. But if I was you, I'd give that loudmouth a few more knocks. It won't hurt him now.
What really happened between you and him?
Well, Yura mistook him for a deer. Shame he missed.
And then?
He was a bit shaken, so we invited him over here. Only that crackpot started spouting all kinds of weird nonsense. And then there's that skull of his. Tell me, who in their right mind carries a human skull around? Well, you know how it ended. He got a beating and ended up by the tree, where you found him.
Wait, what weird things was he saying? Voyta described the whole thing to me completely differently.
Well, he was lying to you. Now you see what kind of a f***er he is.
Or maybe you're the one lying to me.
Then I wouldn't have admitted we hit him over the head with a stick, would I? I'm telling you, there's something off about that fella. He was telling Yura that someone's going to murder him or something. And get this, he claimed his skull told him so. If I was you, I'd watch out for him.
Where are the painter's things?
We divvied them up. I was in need of some new dice. Yura wanted the skull, but I talked him into taking the brushes instead. And a good thing too. I never want to see that grinning monstrosity again.
Didn't occur to you he could have died tied to that tree? You'd have a murder on your hands.
Oh, don't exaggerate. We dragged him all that way on purpose so he'd be clearly visible from the castle. He was perfectly fine when you found him, wasn't he?
I suppose. But apart from me, he was also found by a couple of wolves. If I hadn't been there, he'd be painting all the saints in heaven now.
See? That rascal's got some luck. Must be the devil helping him, mark my words.
Well, alright, just give me the dice and I'll be gone.
Can I take those dice?
Hang on. Just like that. Do you even know what I had to do to get them?
Whack someone over the head with a stick?
Exactly. So, what will you give me for them?
I mean, Yura said that Yura, I think that's, no, Voyta said that the guy was cheating. So let's play for
How
him.
about we play for them? Dice acquired by unfair means only bring bad luck anyway. But you probably know that best of all.
All right, fine. At least I know you won't cheat. We each play with our own dice, and the winner takes the unlucky ones.
I'll check how much I have on me. Here am I, groschen? Let's do this.
Alrighty. We'll go with that. So, Devil's Head, 2 favorable, 2 lucky, and 1 weighted. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Come on then, show us what you can do, unless you're playing for the first time.
Got a 1.
Have you lost your mind? You're gonna
Yes.
lose everything.
That's better. That's better. Alright, so we'll pass now.
This? My God! Oh, come on!
Poor dude. Gosh, alright. One.
Let it be now. I
Not a
want to
great-
play too, you know.
Not a great set of dice here.
this.
I don't know if it's new or if I'm just now noticing, but I'm hearing new sound effects. Like a sound when the dice get swiped over. And that sound. All right, then. Should I go again? Yeah, I'm like way ahead, so we're going to score and continue. That little... Yeah, that's crap. Can't do nothing with that. Hey, the rain stopped.
Here.
Is the painted die the one he's looking for?
Like this. That'll do me. Roll.
Aw, you pooch.
That'll win.
Enough. By thunder. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I'd say there's some devilry at play.
No devilry here. Just a sign that you should hand over those dice to me. Maybe then your luck will come back.
Here you go. May the painter choke on them.
Painters.b, G, and R, RGB. All right, cool. Let's check out those dice. There. And dice. Somewhere. Painter vote is red painted die, green, and blue. So nothing special really on those. And that's my painted die that I had already got. All right, now is that everything? What's the journal saying? I recovered Voyta's dice from one of the vagrants. Let's hope he doesn't get tied up somewhere again on account of them. Still need to get the brushes. It's the middle of the night. Everybody gone to sleep? Going to sleep.
Go away.
Dagger, dagger. We'll just chill here. Wait for him to finish dinner and then go to sleep, because it's late. He ought to be going to sleep soon, right? Maybe I'll just walk up here a bit. Crouch in the bushes. There he goes. Now, is he asleep already, is the question. There, that brushes. Nothing amazing in that chest. See if I can get anything off of Clovis over here. Rob, there it is. Got badges, lots of badges. All right, let's go. Let's go to Troskowitz and sleep, and then we'll go into the castle in the morning.
Oh, you much.
You shouldn't work so hard. You'll wear yourself out.
It's just, I don't like lounging about, sir.
Welcome, sir. What can I do for you?
Any
What's the
news?
latest news, innkeeper?
Nothing much, fortunately, and I hope it...
A day of
good
rest.
night.
But otherwise,
Greetings.
I apologize. I'd feel bad if I wasn't.
Admirable. I hope you keep it up. But even so, I think...
Let's take a look at the brushes. Inventory. What would there be? Quest. Set of paintbrushes. Extensions of an artist's hand used to capture the beauty of even the most fleeting moments.
Slow down a bit. All right? I must be going.
Go! Easy, good horse.
Ow! Are you trying to run me over, you idiot?
Yes, I'm trying to run you over. All right, where is he? He said he was in the Crone Tower.
Whoa! Whoa!
Ah, my back.
You all right, Bertha? That door a bit heavy for you? Up, up, up. Probably. Still says up. Still says up. And some more. No, and this is the alchemy room. But there he is.
I've got the stuff they stole from you.
You must have been sent by God himself. Thank you.
It's nothing. But tell me this. What kind of trick were you playing on me? I asked those two what happened, and they said it was you who started the argument.
Me?
They said you suddenly started acting really strange.
Gain new
What
shield
actually
symbols.
happened?
Nothing. If I did anything odd, it was only after they hit me on the head.
I mean, I don't know. They didn't seem like criminals, but let's just say that we believe
All
you.
right. I reckon I should trust the one who ended up tied to a tree.
Exactly.
Rather than those who tied him up.
I see it exactly the same way. Tell me, how did things end with those two? Did you settle things peacefully?
Yes. Both of them are alive and well.
I'm glad to hear that. Thanks again for your help. And don't think I'm going to express my gratitude only in words. I promised you a reward, and you'll get it. Here, take these dice of mine. They've brought me nothing but trouble. And to be honest, I wanted them back just so I could give them to you. And not just them. You know what? I'll paint something on your shield. Judging by the look of you, that could be a very useful reward.
What do you mean?
You may have the face of a village lad, but you're a warrior. Even my painted skull can see that. And it's got no eyes.
It feels like you know me a little too well.
It's just your imagination. I only know what others have told me about you.
Like who?
Does it matter? Instead,
Yeah?
tell me what you think of my idea for the shield. It's a good reward, right?
That's a really nice reward. Thank you.
If you want, we can get started right away. What do you say?
Okay, yeah, but first, let's talk about this other
Why
stuff.
are you painting here in Trosky, of all places?
Because I can. An artist goes where the work is. They don't get to choose. One day you're decorating a cathedral, the next you're illustrating letters.
I thought monks in monasteries did that kind of work.
And you'd be right. Well, mostly. A monk will illustrate a book for you, but nobles and clerks are more interested in letters and contracts. Every year they have stacks of them written, and they all have to be nicely decorated.
How much do they pay you here?
Not enough, friend. Definitely not enough to make up for all the trouble this job gives me.
Okay.
It's intricate work, isn't it? I saw a workshop in a monastery once where monks copied and illustrated books, and they didn't look too happy doing it.
And they don't even create anything themselves. They just follow patterns. But someone like me has to think 3 times about where the first stroke of the brush will go before even starting. In short, you need a subject, and it's out there somewhere.
I don't know. Your little walks don't usually end well. Can't you just paint here? Nice and quiet.
Of course, I could sit on my arse and paint only what the lords tell me to. But I work differently than other painters. I've got much higher ambitions.
I'm curious what you'll paint on that shield. What can I choose from?
Whatever you like that my paints and skills suffice for. First, tell me if you want an open ground, or if you'd like the shield halved, or quartered, or maybe have chevrons. Then we'll decide together on the colours of the individual parts. And to finish it, I can even paint some figure there, like Lord von Berghoff has his winged fish. Watch out, though. It won't make a noble like him out of you. And if it turns out you don't like it, we can always start again.
Okay, but I don't want to paint the shield that I have on me right now. Let's see
Can you
what
paint
he
a
says
shield
here.
for me?
By all means. What shield is it to be? I'll set up my paints. Meanwhile, set your shield over there on the table. Maybe next time.
Yeah, definitely next time. Well, can I help with anything
Still
else?
need help with something?
Do you feel like you haven't done enough yet?
I'm afraid to leave you alone. I just like helping.
I simply like being useful. That's all.
Really? There aren't many people like that. Tell me, Henry, do you believe in signs?
I would say so. I believe in them.
So do I. And I think that the fact you found me and saved me was no coincidence. We were meant to meet.
Why do you think so?
Call it vanity if you want, but I've spent my whole life yearning to create something truly great and meaningful. Something that would remain after I'm gone, so that even 100 years from now, people would know that someone named Voyta lived here.
What? What did he just drink?
I don't know. I don't know many painters by name.
No? What about Master Theodoric of Prague? Or Giotto of Florence? And surely you've heard of the works of the Parlour Workshop.
Well, all of those are more like exceptions, aren't they?
And that's exactly what I want to change. Believe me, one truly exceptional painting would be enough to make me one of the greats. And here in the Trosky region, they say there's a place that could serve as my inspiration. Unfortunately, no one really remembers where it is, but you have already proven yourself to be quite skilled at finding lost things. Maybe that's why fate brought us together, to help me with my life's work.
Yeah, you're probably right.
It really doesn't just sound like a coincidence. What kind of place are you looking for?
Well, I hope you won't think I'm a heretic, but I'm curious what people believed in before they'd heard the word of the Lord. What did they think would happen after death? And where did they worship their idols? And they say that such a place can still be found in this region, a shrine where the pagan god Velez was worshipped in ancient times. Have you heard of him?
Ooh, very hard, but I've got 31. Let's try it.
Sounds familiar. I think I saw that name in a book once. Something to do with cattle, or something like that.
Excellent, Henry. Velez is said to be the ruler of the underworld and protector of cattle. He looks like an ordinary man, but he's got horns on his head, so people sometimes mistake him for the devil. So, what do you say? Will you help me find his shrine?
Okay. Well, why? Tell me
Why are
why.
you interested in things like this? You're not... You know...
A pagan? A madman? Or perhaps the devil himself? Who knows?
Very droll. How do you even know that such a place exists here?
It told me. That is,
It?
I heard about it from the locals. Around Trosky, there are still plenty of pagan sites. Maybe you've noticed them too, have you?
Yeah, I've seen
Not
a few.
that I think anyone still prays at them, but they're here.
Yeah, I can help you.
All right. I'll help you. What do you need me to do?
Go to Vidlak Pond, north of Takov, and talk to the old woman who lives there. You'll find the place easily. They tan hides there, so you'll smell it from miles away. The woman's name is Kvietoslava. She should know something about the shrine.
Are you sure the old woman knows anything about the shrine or Velez?
Absolutely. I've walked around Vidlak myself. There's a place on the hill above the pond that's called the Witch's Grove. I thought I'd find the shrine there, but unfortunately not. No horned head. So I asked the fishermen and tanners down below and found this Kvietoslava. But getting anything out of her is no easy task.
Didn't she want to talk to you?
Well, she wanted to, sure, but her memory isn't what it used to be. First, she mistook me for her husband, then her grandmother, then she tried to feed me garlic soup, and finally sent me off into some swamp.
Okay, he told us, but I'm gonna do it
Where
anyway.
did you say I could find this Kvietoslava?
West of Takov, by Vidlak Pond, among the tanners. You'll know it by the stench. It nearly turned my stomach inside out.
Okay, cool. Well, when we leave, we'll grab a different shield and have him paint it. Like I said, I don't want to paint this Crusader shield or Knight of the Cross of the Red Star shield. So we're gonna call it an episode here. I think it's a good stopping point, and in the next one we will go find this Kvietoslava, whatever her name is, and work on these quests. So until then, be good.